Hey,
Are y'all
Doe.
ready? Y'all ready?
Doe, it could be worse. You could get a role as a love interest for a dude, kiss him, and then have it get cut out of the show.
Jeez.
That sounds
That
like a
is
personal
absolutely
thing.
worse, Big Irish J.
I stand I stand topped in that situation.
Get your weekly dose of R&R, hey.
What up, y'all? This is your boy Doughboy.
And Kev on stage, and various white people have joined us to atone for Joe Exotic's sins.
And this is another installment of Started Off to the Front.
Righteous and ratchet and righteous and
This is a
ratchet.
quarantine and we can't go outside. The song is different with quarantine.
Yeah, they don't really go like that.
It's all good.
And
But
with white people.
before we even get started, we have to give a special shout out to the Right Pack. They are watching right now. We're shooting this, what is it, Kev, Tuesday?
Today, Tuesday.
And this ain't gonna air till Wednesday, but they watching live right now. You get a bunch of other exclusive content shows like Slept On, Love Hour After Dark, the Gonzi Tapes, a bunch of stuff. You can join all the fun for $5 a month. Go to KevOnStageStudios.com and join the fun. What are we talking about today, guys?
We are talking about Tiger King. If you have not watched
What?
it,
My boy.
this is the Tiger King. Look at Big Irish J's background.
Bro.
Tiger King is a 7-part documentary on white peopling to the max. It's about
That's an extreme version, though.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't have mountains. That's Oklahoma. It's just they just
It's
got
like,
room to roam.
This
This
is
is like
not
the white
fair.
version of the Michael Vick story.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think that white people watch this the same way that black people watch that Leprechaun I Want the Gold video.
Trinidad James? You talking about Trinidad James?
You're like, listen, I'm not saying this isn't us, but it's only a small part of us. It's not all of us.
Oh, man.
If you're unaware, first of all, let me introduce, with the Tiger King background, we have Big Irish J, my co-host on Aska. With the blue background and the hat, we have Dustin Nickerson. What does it say behind you, Dustin?
Don't make me come back there. Funny podcast about family. You've been on it. Trevor.
Yeah, Dustin Nickerson.
I have been on it.
Yeah.
And at the bottom with the porn stash, we have Trevor Wallace,
Okay. So,
master internetier, master comedian.
You see it?
I'm just so proud of him. Trevor used to work with us at ADD, and he's totally killing right now. And it was my idea to get these white comedians to explain what's going on with their boy, Joe Exotic. So quick rundown. I feel like we should just start from the beginning. And since we're on Zoom and it's 5 of us, let's try not to talk over each other more than we usually do. First thoughts, what made you even watch? Actually, let's go back. First thoughts when you turned on Tiger King, because they don't waste no time.
they got right into it. The cool thing about this, I had zero level of expectation going into this, and I was thoroughly entertained throughout the entire thing. And it felt like a movie that was placed in a documentary setting. It was.
Yeah, it didn't feel real. None of it felt. I was like, every 5 minutes, I'd be like, this is real? This is real life.
Right?
We live in the same states as these people.
If you tried to get that movie made, you turn in that script, they'd be like, this is too unrealistic.
It's real. I'm going to tell you, my first basic thought was, people be owning tigers like this?
Also,
What are y'all doing with tigers, bro?
Tyson had tigers. You don't remember Tyson had tigers?
Bro, but Tyson had a tiger, 2 top. This dude had, Joe Exotic had 227 big cats that would paw your head off. He was like, man, we be having tigers, cuz. It's whatever.
Hey, you want to hear something crazy? So I love documentaries. So I actually knew about this like probably about 2 weeks before it came out on Netflix. I saw the trailer. I told my buddy, I was like, I don't know what this is going to turn out to be, but we got to see this. And I was showing somebody the trailer, and they were like, this is like a joke, right? This is like a mockumentary. I was like, oh no, it's legit. And it reminds me of, did you guys see the documentary Tickle?
Nah.
Okay.
I missed
Put that on your next.
What is that about?
All I'll tell you is when you watch it, know that it is not a joke. It's all legit, and it's another white people being crazy documentary. It's involving an underground tickle community.
A
And
tickle community?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's as crazy or more bizarre as Joe Exotic. But,
Hold on. Underground tickle community.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you've been in Arizona too long. You need to get back here.
Yeah. That's not to be confused with the above ground mainstream tickle community.
Why you got to be underground?
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't I get tickled on a playground?
But this is the great machine of tickle communities here.
I don't want to get off track on the Joe Exotic thing, but just a couple things on it. Like, there was a dude that was paying like in-shaped guys to be on film getting tickled, and they pass around these videos, and it got almost like intimidation and stuff like this. This dude lost his job because this guy sent a video of him getting tickled. He was like a high school wrestling coach.
Dude, you've been tickling the boys again? Let me see your fingers. Why are they so soft?
It's crazy.
So my thing was this. I watched this because everybody was talking about it on Twitter, and that's usually how I'd be like, all right, if this many people are talking about it, it does feel like a Danny McBride episode of
That's how somebody said it was like Kenny Powers if it was somebody, and that's what hooked me.
Yeah. So I just want to start in order. Joe Exotic is a gun-toting, self-proclaimed redneck Republican. He has
also gay,
married to two separate men who were like, I'm not even gay, bro. I just wanted the meth. I didn't really sign up for the
Meth and the Tigers.
Yeah, the Meth and the Tigers. Yeah. Like the one gay husband left him and then immediately married a woman. Was like, bro, I ain't had nowhere to live. Like
the whole time.
He was smashing the assistant.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
The assistant's like, wait, you're not. And then he's like, nah.
Didn't one of them get someone pregnant right away?
Yeah,
he got the
assistant got pregnant.
They were being reckless all over.
Bruh. Mind you, he had a I don't know what the opposite of a tramp stamp is. The tramp stamp goes in the back. He had a front tramp stamp that said property of Joe Exotic and was having sex with a heterosexual woman all at once. Yeah. And then his other husband just basically wanted to smoke meth and ride four-wheelers. And then he killed himself on camera.
That was wild.
And wasn't even the weirdest thing about the documentary.
No, you forget about that.
Something that's crazy is I did a video, one of our daily videos or whatever that you do about this thing, and this girl that follows me hit me up. Her roommate is the sister of the dude that killed himself.
Wait, what?
Roommate?
Her roommate is the sister of that guy.
Travis Maldonado's sister?
Yes, yes. And so I'll tell you a bit of off stage. I mean off camera, because I don't know how much she wants me to put that business out there, but. Yeah, and for those watching this, the him killing himself on camera, you don't see it. It's
kinda.
He's off camera. You see like the
gun flash.
I will say that's the best security cam footage I have ever seen in my life.
Right.
Yeah, it was completely clear. Like
the campaign manager.
That's why I don't know how much Hollywood produces it. The camera was solid. You saw the flash.
Right.
I'm skeptical of all that stuff because working on some TV sets, you see how produced it is, and you're like, "Is this nothing was planted?
Nothing was planned." So he has an arch nemesis in this documentary. And by the way, Doughboy has a carbon monoxide alarm going off. That's why he's on mute.
Yeah, so I'm just muting and going back in and out when I got to talk.
Okay.
Take care of that though. Maybe don't.
Nah, Carol Baskin.
He's like, I've been doing planks. I can handle it.
So Carol Baskin is Joe Exotic's arch nemesis. Here's the funny thing about it. Carol Baskin was doing the same thing as Joe Exotic with
Yeah.
the tiger. She's literally doing the same thing, but she got PETA and all her animal rights group. And basically, it's a perfect example of he who has the most social media followers wins the battle. She had millions. Big
Why do you
Cat
think
Rescue.
Why do you think I'm
Her
doing
tigers
this
look
podcast?
they were getting treated worse than Joe Exotic's tigers.
And then her husband came up missing, and didn't nobody know where he was. Where
Bro.
her husband at?
And the new dude married her. 0 questions. He be taking pictures on the beach with the leash around, and I'm like, that's not a sign that she might kill people, is already owning a human leash?
Dude, when I was watching it, it was like midway into the second episode, and Joe Exotic was like, and by the way, Carol's husband went missing, and we think she fed him to the tigers. I was like, yo, white people, what are y'all on today?
Crazy.
What are y'all on? Like, how do you just have your husband missing and then just go on about life? Like, oh yeah, I used to have a husband. Tiger lunch. Anyway, I'm
Tigers
opening up a bigger.
That laugh is the creepiest part about her.
Oh, my
It's
God.
insane.
Dude.
She's got
Yep.
like that Hillary laugh at all the wrong times.
Yeah.
Laugh. You can't,
I love her
can't,
PSA where she's in that cage going, tigers don't want to be in cages, animals shouldn't be in cages, and then the next scene is a tiger in a cage on her property.
The
You're like,
editing in it was
idiot.
hilarious. I'll say that. One of my favorite parts is when the guy goes, Doc goes, you can feed him for about 10 grand a year. Cuts to Joe, you can feed him for 3 grand a year.
Hey, no, bro, and how was they getting the old meat from Walmart?
No, he had packs of hot dogs from Walmart. Like, bro, you cannot feed tigers hot dogs and lunch
A
meat.
whole tiger.
These are wild animals.
Oh, they weren't just feeding the tigers; they were feeding themselves off the truck.
Oh yeah, they
They
would
got
go
first
grab
dibs
the
if you work there.
Oh, they was
man.
putting that old, when he opened the pizza shop, they was putting the old meat on the pizzas.
Can you imagine
oh.
old warm meat come because the truck didn't have a freezer. It was just warm meat coming off the back of a truck. And they were like, we had nice cuts of steak, nice ribs.
They were excited. He was like, yo, he let me get up in there first and get what I like to get. You know, the tigers get the rest.
They had neighborhood cats in there, pets.
No, guys,
Don't act
People
like
are-
it's the same food that's served at country clubs. You know it. You know.
people are feeding their personal dog and cat more than Joe Exotic was paying to feed a full-grown Bengal tiger. Walmart lunch meat.
It was a big 700-pound tiger, and they're trying to feed it with a baby bottle. It's like, what are you doing? And then the girl was sitting there with a whole hand missing, like her hand wasn't gone.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that girl.
My
That was the
favorite
first, I think, when I was watching, I was like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing is as they introduced somebody new, everybody was missing something. It had
Also-
the lady had no arm, one dude had no legs, other guy had 2 teeth, and I was like, you have
Except
to
behind
combine
her.
like 3 people to get one whole person.
I love where they placed her up. They're like, all right, we got a dumpster over here and an old Chevy Cutlass.
Yeah.
This is a perfect set for you. Sit right here. Prop the nub up. All right, let me.
Only
They never showed the nub, though. At first, they were punched in, and then they were like, worker gets arm bit off, and the next time they come back, she was like, it was me. You know, they got me with the little nubby nub. You understand me?
And
I was
then-
out here, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to be back to work on Tuesday. She came back to work within a week. She like, listen,
Dude.
it's my fault. The tiger bit my arm. I shouldn't have been, and the nub was ashy. First of all, rub some lotion on the nub. The nub was cracked. The nub was ashy. She was like, it's my fault. I'm in there with the tigers. You understand me?
It looked like a tiger
I
paw.
should have been eating bologna the night before. I know it was my fault.
And then
And
she
then-
was back to work like the next couple of days, like heal up. Like I
They could have fixed it.
2
They
days
told
later.
her. They're like, we can fix this. It'll take like 2 years rehabilitation, or we can just cut it off. She's like,
Chop it off.
yeah, I got a
she said.
shift at 7.
I bet they
When-
fed that to the tigers. That was. They're
When
like,
they alerted everybody in the gift shop, or Joe did, he put on his EMT jacket and was like, everybody relax. Tiger just got bitten off.
No,
Christmas
Trav,
30% off.
Trav, he was like, just want to let y'all know before you hear it on the news,
Hold
a
up.
tiger did bite some